And we're going to continue the focus on the Cook Islands and hear from one of the three banks that Cook Islanders have an account with. And this is Viane Noonana-Arioka. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. And she is BCI's Managing Director.
Thank you, Nadine. I like to do things differently, so I'm on this side of the stage, and also because I take a better picture. So let me get to the point. I'm a woman on a mission. I make things happen. You would have seen that in my profile. Before leaving this conference, I will have found a partner. Not a lifelong partner, I've got one, thank you. But a business partner who can also see the vision that I see to deliver a payment solution. So that's what I'm looking for. If you're willing to answer and step up to that call, please see me later. Where in the world is the Cook Islands on this worldwide payment system? Can you find it? Can you even find the Pacific? Now, I have to acknowledge Shamabil for making the opportunity and making this opportunity highly visible. The Pacific is the next place for you to do business in. O3B got it. I now need more of you to get it. Oh, I'm sorry. But then, who the hell is BCI? Bank of the Cook Islands. Where have we come from? We're a teenage organization. We're 13 years old. I think you remember those years, don't you? We do have a long history, though, in our predecessors, the Cook Islands Savings Bank and the Cook Islands Development Bank. And naturally, we're up against some well-established players, both ANZ and Westpac, who are also represented right throughout the Pacific. Granted, we've had inconsistent performance in our earlier formative years, but you know what? Right now, we are considered a legitimate competitor in the consumer market, but we're also mindful of our concentration in that area. So our next phase of growth must be in small to medium enterprise, and we must be ever mindful of the growing pains in that area too. So technology now in the market with O3B will allow us to improve our service delivery into that customer base. And also across all of our branches, each island that you saw on Richard's earlier slide, we have footprints in. We have an educated but declining Indigenous population that is well travelled. We have a New Zealand passport. We can freely enter and travel to many countries without a visa. We have an increasing expatriate population. Filipinos, Fiji, Samoa, all come to work in the service and the tourism industry of the Cook Islands. New Zealand and Australia tourists are the major markets for our tourism. And each of those customer bases, so my customers are actually your customers, each of them require more sophisticated financial services from the banks in the Cook Islands. Where are we going? BCI will be the #1 bank come 2020. That's our vision. But to gain greater market share, we must become trusted advisors and build relationships to help Cook Islanders achieve their financial objectives. We need to help turn mindsets from live for today to plan for tomorrow. In essence, BCI is striving for a financially secure Cook Islands. Customer challenges. You might see I wiped out the name of the FPOS machine, the bank that provides the FPOS machine on this counter. But BCI's electronic solution, the card solution that my customers use is provided by Westpac. Something I will go on record in this meeting to say that it will change. Because of course you're all going to provide me a payment system. Secondly, there's no electronic interchange between Westpac, ANZ and BCI. Richard covered it in his graph. The the graph with all of between transactions between the different players in the market, that is exactly the same as you would find in any other Pacific Island country. The Cook Islands experience is replicated throughout the Pacific. Our pain points are your opportunity. So let me walk you through my reality. I do carry around 3 forms of payment. I have a debit card, I do have a checkbook, and I also carry cash. And sometimes I also need a 4th currency, which is, trust me, I'll be back. Not only because the FPOS machine is down, but the merchant may not even have other FPOS due to either the high cost, or the merchant may only have one of the 2 banks' terminals, either Westpac or ANZ, but not both. So if that is my reality, what about the New Zealand tourist who has an Apple iPhone and does use Apple Pay in New Zealand? It must be a real back to the future moment for that tourist holidaying in the Cook Islands when he has to have cash in his wallet. Or another challenge, an ANZ Cook Islands customer has a debit card, which actually also has international debit facilities. So if I'm an ANZ Cook Islands customer, my debit card can be used internationally. But let's say for some reason the ANZ ATM network might be out of service for upgrades or whatnot. That customer walks 200 metres down the road and uses a Westpac ATM, gets cash, and then gets pinged with international transfer fees because there's no domestic payments network. Or another challenge, New Zealand tourist has a Visa card, Cook Islands has operates a New Zealand dollar currency, goes to an ATM and withdraws cash, receives bank statement on returning home. Hello, foreign currency fee charges. I didn't do any foreign currency exchange, all my purchases were in New Zealand dollars. And then Richard spoke about the hotel challenge with regards to receiving payments worldwide, but then making wholesale or purchase payments in New Zealand, too costly to transfer that money to the Cook Islands. Solution, open up a bank account in New Zealand, operate over internet banking. Genius, I say. Eight years of discussion about a payment system in the Cook Islands, from way back in 2006, all the way to this opportunity in 2014. Payments NZ was formed in 2010, and we're still talking. I think the time for talking has ended. Let's get to the point and implement a solution. Since 2006, there has been an absence of leadership and collaboration in this pain point for me, and I can just mention and so after Payments NZ forming, there is government appetite around the region to address this financial system issues. FEMM stands for the Foreign Economic Ministers Meeting, and in the last few years have addressed issues such as financial inclusion, lowering remittance costs, mobile money, low-cost finance to private sector. I'd love to add on as a list there, payment systems. I believe the next Foreign Economic Ministers meeting will actually be held in the Cook Islands. It's convened every year. So with that invitation, I'd like to say, let's make things happen. Let's implement a solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Viane. A wonderful example of getting to the point. Anyone got a solution for her lurking out there in the audience? I'm sure there are some.
There better be. Okay, but just, may I?
Of course.
Lastly, can I just acknowledge Steve Wiggins for giving the Cook Islands team, or Team Cook Islands, the opportunity to present the Pacific pain point today, for having the vision to include us in today's deliberations. And Steve, maybe the next time we can host Payments New Zealand conference in Rarotonga. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, camera, cheese, action. This is great. How should I hold this? Okay.
The other way.
Oh, the other way. Excellent. Okay, we can do that later. Excellent.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.